IG Welcome Podcast. Tonight is another edition, another episode of Bedtime Stories. And of course, that comes with a bedtime cocktail. So today I'm gonna do an oldie but goodie. It's cool, it's cold outside. It's cold outside. It's cold outside, so I decided I want to make another hot buttery rum. Hey, you doing? How you doing, Gabby? 17, thank you for joining the Bedtime Stories. Yeah, we're just about to get into the bedtime cocktail. We're going to redo the buttery rum, the ATA buttery rum. And you know, I don't have a spoon. So I'm going to turn on this music real quick and I'm going to go grab me a spoon because I need me a spoon now. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. That should be the last time I'm leaving here, okay? Before it's over. I opted for a knife, a plastic knife. Why? Because I don't want to have to wash any more dishes than I already got. Hello? So let's start out. We're going to be using Chairman's Reserve rum. This is aged in your... I just got it. I'm using this rum for the buttery rum. All right. We're going to keep that music going because I think I like the background music. Unfortunately, I don't have a remote control where I can turn the volume down just a smidget. Okay. But, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a couple of shots of rum. And now we need some butter. Yes, butter, actual butter. So I got me some butter that's already room temperature. I'm just gonna take a dollop. We're gonna put this in here, in the rum. Now I'm doing this back by ear, just remembering how I did it last time. But don't hate me, okay? I'm going to put some nutmeg in there. I got this from Cash Farmers Market. Just sprinkle a little nutmeg in there. And in my tumbler, which is available, the link is going to be in the description. This is a beautiful tumbler. I really love it because it keeps the hot and the cold. And in here I have the hot water, which is going to help dissolve the butter. And there you go. As the butter begins to mix all up in here. I probably should have had some type of sweetener added to it, like some type of simple syrup. But it's butter rum, not butter sugar rum. Okay? Yeah. It smells so good. Oh, you can smell the sugar cane. So I'm just mixing in the butter so it can go ahead and dissolve into the drink. Top it off with some more nutmeg sprinkles. Just sprinkle me, sprinkle, just a dance. Okay. In a hot butter rum. Delicious. It probably would have went a little bit better if I had some type of sweetener in it, but this is just fine. All right, that's a perfect time to cut it off. Okay, so we're gonna put this rum to the side, making more space on my little table here. We're gonna put some things off to the side and down at the bottom on the floor there. All right. Yeah, let's put that there. All right. We just need to make some space. Make some spice so I can go ahead and start the book review. All right. Now, we are chiming in Bigo Live. Bigo Live would have been here for the bedtime cocktail, but they don't allow that. I've been buzzed for lighting up a cigar. On this channel, on Bigo Live, so I ain't messing with them. Lord knows I ain't messing with them. Okay, let's get into it. Caught Up, Loving a Trill One. If you have not went to www.michelleelainebooks.com and ordered this book, go get it. Okay, go get it. Keep up with me. This is Caught Up, Loving a Trill One 2. Caught Up Loving a Trill One 2 by Michelle Elaine. Get the first one and then get the second one. Okay, it's only, $16 each? $16? It might be even on sale. Shoot, it might be less if you go. You know, I got mine from Amazon. If you would prefer to go there, you can get this on Amazon as well. On Amazon, it was $16. So, all right, let's get into it. So, chapter 3 starts off with Saint by Toy's side in the hospital. She went in there because, he was like, we need to get you to a hospital because you may have a concussion. And lo and behold, that's exactly what she had. She was only supposed to stay a night to be observed, and it went into a second night. Just for observation, and she's being released. At this point, Saint is by her side, and he is clearly frustrated. He's like, he's like, he's frustrated. He's moving around, in the uncomfortable hospital chairs by Toy's side, and it's like he's frustrated. It's clearly he's frustrated, but why is he frustrated? We don't know yet. So it's like, no one told you had to sit by her side, Saint, but he did it because he likes Toy. Okay, like he really like her. And we're gonna find out, or it's gonna be a question that's gonna be raised in how he's behaving now since the shooting of Wayne's trap house. You know what I'm saying? Because he snapped then. He changed. He changed. He's not just I'm in here just to do a job real quick Saint. You know what I'm saying? He's not the girls them sugar right now. The person he has his heart for is Toy. And the fact that the thought of her being hurt and almost dead he changed. Actually, probably changed the night that they had sex. Okay? Actually, to be honest with you, he got close with her before they actually had sex. It was when they went to Alabama the first time, to be honest with you. That's when he started to develop and to form a bond with Toy. That was more than just that she looks good and I like to hit it. It's like she's a trill one. Like she about that life. Okay, when she has to be, and that's a turn on. It's just for saying it really is, and I think that's when he's formed the bond. But he changed, like from this being, look, we just gonna do what we do while you can. You know what I'm saying? To he changed to like more of a protector, more. He turned vengeance. Like he's going to get whoever put Toy's life at risk. Okay, because he loves her. So he's tossing and turning in the uncomfortable chair next to I'm sorry, y'all. All right, I apologize. So at any rate, so he's by her side, frustrated, like he wants to get something done, but he's not leaving Toy's side at this point. And she's being discharged. She's looking at the nurse and like, basically like, hurry up. I got some business to take care of. And Toy's going through, talking, the nurse is telling her discharge instructions, how to take care of herself while she's at home. She's, just going through that. She went through it with Saint too. The nurse calls Saint her husband. And Toy kind of looked up and was like, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say anything. And that's all good and well. So he's kind of just like frustrated. He's ready to go. Toy is also ready to go. She's ready to get out of the hospital, get back home. Excuse me. Take a shower and get into bed before her daughters come back. Because, because there's a lot of investigation that needs to be done. We need to know why this happened, who did this, and why. Okay. But you find out a little later in chapter 3 that the reason why Saint is so frustrated by her bedside is because he found out who and why this was what it was. He also found out information regarding Mac, the one I've been waiting for them to find out about Mac. Okay, so we go on, and now Toy, the author, is at the hospital from Toy's perspective. She's going through her instructions, like, okay, I'm ready to go, blah, blah, blah. She's looking at Mac. She's noticing that he is ignoring calls without even looking to see who it is, because probably know who it is. He looks frustrated, and she's concerned about what's going on, right? So they don't talk much. The nurse comes with the wheelchair and says, okay, if you're ready to go, you would have to, get in the wheelchair. And Toy was like, oh, no, I won't be needing that. But, it is mandatory, actually, for you all to take the wheelchair out of the hospital. You have to let them wheel you out. You can't just walk. And the nurse was like, well, you're still kind of you're going to still experience some dizzy spells. And Max says firmly, no worry, she's going to sit in the seat. So he leaned over, kissed her on the cheek, and then whispered in her ear, look, the sooner you get into that chair and follow this nurse's instructions, the quicker we can get up out of here. Okay, so sit down in the seat and let us wheel you out. And so she gets in and she's like, okay. So she gets in and they get into Saint's Suburban, and they're riding back to her condo, or really Saint's, we forget that this is Scar's condo, not her condo. But let's go back. So they're going back to the condo, and there was a quiet ride, and Toy was kind of like what's going on, whatever. He asked her, "Are you okay?" And let's see. I want to make sure. Okay. Okay. It was a part where they reached her condo, and she's trying to tell him, like, look, she's trying to remember what happened, but everything's kind of blurry, and it's just hard, and she's still dealing with some dizzy spells and headaches because of the concussion, so on and so forth, right? But she's also trying to remember what happened. It's kind of a blur. She remembers hearing gunshots, and next thing you know, she's on the ground, and she sees Saint come get her and then carry her out and take her straight to the hospital. But for her, a lot of it was a blank. And, she's explaining to him, like, I'm trying to remember, but I can't remember what went down. She inquired about Zeus, and he said Zeus is fine. He kind of tried to fill in the blanks. There was a hit on Wayne's trap, and Zeus got a flesh wound from a gun. One little funky person got stabbed in the shoulder, which this is what Saint did, and he ran away because he got hurt on his shoulder. Oh, you little punk, And he said Matt got shot through the door, and when he got shot in the shoulder and his chest area, and he fell back, and he fell on you, and y'all fell down the stairs, and that's what happened. That's basically what happened. So Saint basically told her what's happening, and she said, "Well," he said, "is Azuchi, of course, is Zeus okay? Yes, he's fine. Is Mac okay?" She said, "He's alive." He was like, "He's alive. He's alive. He'll live. He's in the hospital though, still." He said, "Oh, so she kind of inquired more about, well, will he be okay? Are you sure?" And she could tell by the look on his face, like, this time, you remember the first time when she asked about him when he was carrying her out, was that he didn't want to say, "I don't care about him." You know that Saint does not like Mac, okay, and vice versa. So he doesn't care what's going on, but he knew what went on because he got the lowdown from Zeus, because he knows information now. And he said, "I really don't care what his status is, be honest with you. I don't care if he lives or die, be honest with you." Okay, Toy. And Toy kept pushing. It's like, "Look." And so Mac could say, "Look." I mean, not Mac. Saint says, "Look, I found out that from Zeus' report to, they found out more information on why all this went down. The reason why Wayne's spot had got hit is because Rock had sent Omar, which is one of his top men in Alabama, after Mac, because Mac, we found out, was the reason why they were going through all this information. I mean, all this, the hits and all this stuff with Rock and all this stuff. It was Mac that went in and shot up Rock's Atlanta trap house. He was the reason why we started it. And she was like, "Wait, what? Not Mac? Why would he do something like that?" It doesn't make any sense to her. But Saint is like, "Look, he's the reason why we're going through this whole back and forth. It was Saint. It was Mac. Matt was the one. And so that's why Saint was frustrated in the hospital. He wanted to hurry up and get out of there so he can handle some business. Okay? Because not only that, because now you're like, you could have told us. He's not only mad that Mac did it, it doesn't surprise him, but what he's more upset about is they were doing good business with Rock. You know what I'm saying? They was making good money. And so remember in the end of in the end of the first book, Rock was trying to call Toy. He was calling her back to back, and she kept putting him into voicemail, and then he's like, Zeus, tell him. So, whatever the situation is. So, he's trying to warn Toy, like I thought. I thought maybe Rock, he's trying to call her back to back to warn her, like, don't go over there, okay? Because we're putting a hit out on Mac. Okay, just don't. I don't think he was going to tell her that, but he was going to like, don't go over Wayne's to trap. Just don't go over there. Don't go over there. One, because he didn't want her to be there, because if she's there, Saint's there and Zeus is there, which is going to guarantee. Is going to kind of mess up their plans, because they're skilled. So they ain't going to let shit happen. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely is going to protect Toy. Okay? At any rate. So, that's just how I feel. I think that Rock, I knew then, I was like, I feel like he might be trying to warn her, and she's ignoring the warning signs. She was going into a trap. Not made for her, but made for Mac. That was a rhyme. Okay, so he was trying to warn her not to go over there or whatever. She was like, well, I see that. He knew what was going down. He knew what we was dealing with Mac. And so, yeah, I see him trying to warn us. But Saint was more upset of the disrespect and the fact that he would even send Omar to do this hit on a trap house where they were making good money, was doing good business. Okay? But the principle of the fact is there. He could have, what Saint felt, and I agreed, that Rock could have, we already knew it was someone in our camp that did it. Had you had spoken to me directly, we could have handled that person. You know what I'm saying? But that's the disrespect that Saint felt, and I kind of see that. As a Capricorn, a lot of times, it's the principle. It's not about what the average person is going to feel like it's about. For him, it was like, you should have went through the proper channels so that we could handle this person. Because you did it and want to handle it your own way, okay, you almost killed my girl. Okay? And you caused bad blood between you and Scar now. Not only that, but there was another thing that Zeus had mentioned, that he couldn't get in touch with Rock. Because mind you, Rock was calling him back to back. Toy handed Zeus her phone to get in touch with Rock and find out why is he calling her back to back, right? He was trying to reach him. He didn't reach Rock until the next morning. Okay? So that's the other thing that Satan noticed. He's like, what? Oh, wait a minute. Why did it take you when he was calling back to back? And now all of a sudden you can't get in touch with him until the next morning? That don't sound right. That sounds shady as hell. You know, so Saint has a vendetta out for anyone that was the reason or cause of Toy almost getting shot and killed. Trust you, it wasn't about the business. It was about Toy. Okay? Be honest with you. And I think this is what Blanca's concern was. Because later on in chapter 4, we're going to talk about Blanca's concerns and a question that I had for that. So they get into the condo, they talk about it. He tells her the information about Mac, and this is like blowing her mind. And she's like, I don't know if I'm dizzy because of this concussion or this news that Mac is hitting me off with. This is crazy. This is crazy. You mean this nigga here? Oh, hell. So they're going, and so they eventually get out of the car, out of the truck, and they go up, and so Toy, she was trying to press the issue, but she just changed it because she could tell that Mac isn't having it. Okay? And I think this was him letting her know that that he's going to Alabama to find out what the hell went on. He's giving Rock a visit. And she said, oh, well, I'm going too. He's like, the hell you are. And I've already talked to Scar, so you can't go. He ain't having you go. So it's like, okay. And she tried to press the issue, but there was a darkness in his eyes. Again, he flipped. He has switched off. He is not Hassan, okay? No, he's not Hassan right now. He's not Hassan. He is now Saint, okay? And he is out for blood, okay? And he's not going to have her nowhere near any of this mess, okay? Because he's stepping to the dead side, ooh, 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 gonna take me right, ooh, 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 okay? Yes, and he don't want her experiencing this at all. So, she changed the subject, she's basically like, well, whatever, if you want to, I know you haven't been home since, I've been in the hospital, but you can spend the night if you like. She was like, oh, she was like, now that man gave him a little smile on his face. Oh, so he said, so he's antagonizing her a little bit. Oh, so I can spend the night now. He said, well, she was like, hey, the girls ain't going to be here until tomorrow. And, I really appreciate you, sticking by my side and taking care of me and making sure I got out and went to the hospital. It's really appreciated. If you want to stick around, Hassan, you can stick around. So she changed the whole subject, and he's like, of course, he's like, ha ha, he he, I know what you're talking about, whatever. Like, you gonna stay or no? He said, I never planned on going home. I'm like, okay. So they go on, and she get to the door, and she goes to unlock the door, and before she can unlock the door and turn the knob, the door opens. And who's on the other side? Blanca. Yes, right. Scar in chapter 2, he sends her right back to Atlanta to find out what the hell's going on. Right? So, Blanca opens the door and said, oh, how you doing? And they're both like kind of nervous, like, oh, Blanca, I didn't expect to see you so soon. And she's like, yeah, I'm here. I've been here since yesterday. You'd have known that Saint had you picked up the phone when Scar was calling you. So he was like, yeah, So, Blanca, he was gonna get his freak on that night, but Blanca came in and blocked it. No happen. So she opens the door to let in Toy, and put her hands to Saint's chest when he tried to walk in. Like, oh no, you go home, you get some rest. We're going to be going to Alabama tomorrow. Because we got to handle this business, find out what's going on. Is it, she got the report too, but she needs to talk to Rock herself. Or they got to handle business themselves. Mm-hmm. So he goes back, and it's like, after Blanca blocked, she cock blocked. She cock blocked like nobody's business. Okay? And he went on home to get his rest, not spend the night with Toy, because Blanca got her. Hello, hello, hello. So that was chapter 3. That was chapter 3. Didn't I put that down like I was done? Child, I ain't even close to being done. Let's go on to chapter 4. Oh, my notes. This is what I noted down after reading chapter 3. Saint snapped. I said Saint then snapped into a leadership role. Like he's telling people this is what's going to be done. And people, the look in his eyes is like, don't even ask me no questions, just do what the fuck I tell you to do. And this is all because of how he feels about Toy. Toy mentions in chapter 3 that there was a darkness in his eyes that she knew, don't push it. Just let it go. They finally found out that Mac was the reason all the problems, all the whole hits and stuff that went on was all Mac. It was Mac all along. Saint was all set to spend the night with Toy, but Blanca blocked it. I already said that part. So let's go on. So we go on to chapter 4, and then we have Rock pulling up to his house on the phone with his wife. Is she a wife, which is a long-term girlfriend? I feel like it said it was his wife, but it says he pulls up on the phone with a female, and she's walking like, Rock, when's the next time I'm going to see you? I really miss you. I want to see you. And he's like, I know. I had to lay low real quick. I have to lay low. You can, we can hook up sometime. He said, but if you're at the house, why can't I just come and see you at the house? It's like, got him with logic. And he was like, nah, not right now. He's in the car, he gets out of the car, switched the Bluetooth from the car to the phone, back to the phone. And he's going into the house and going to the security box, and he realized that the alarm isn't beeping. You know how the alarms go beep, beep. That's when you know it's on. It's secure. But he knows it was not beeping. And he quickly got off the phone with his woman. I'm going to say his woman because for some reason I feel like it was Rock's wife. It said it was his wife, but I can't pinpoint where it said it was his wife. Okay, I don't know. I guess I just Mandela affect her as his wife. Yeah, I don't see where it says this was his wife. I think this is just one of his girlfriends. Maybe a long-term girlfriend. Okay, at any rate, he goes into the house. He notices that the alarm is not beeping, which is a sound that his home isn't secured, and he never leaves his home unsecured. So he quickly gets off the phone with the female that he's on the phone with, and he puts his phone in his pocket and pulls out his gun. Mind you, the lights not being on, he's like, You know how that he's waving his, he's kind of like he's looking in the dark, darting back and forth, you know, because he hasn't turned on the light, so his eyeballs haven't changed from darkness. You know what I mean? So he's pulling his gun. He's saying, "Look, who's in here?" And then a dramatic silence, and then the light. You hear the safety of a gun click off, and then the lamp. Someone turns on the lamp, and who is it? Saint in your house. Now, tell me why was there a hit on Wayne's house while we were in there? Right. So Rock explains. Look, situation is Omar. He was off the chain. He was out for blood because he was there when we got hit at my trap house back when this all started, right? Omar was in the bathroom. I knew it. Omar was in the bathroom. And he did not see who did it, he heard. And he matched his voice when he was introduced by Toy so that Omar and Mac would work together. I told y'all. Go back and see if I told y'all. I'm not going to go back, but I promise you, I believe I told y'all. I think that guy knows it was Mac. Okay? He recognized his voice. And Omar, the guys of the people that Mac and his boy, killed that day, that two of them was Omar's cousin and one his best friend. So the way Rock was trying to explain it is that, he was out for blood. I couldn't stop him. I didn't send him. I couldn't stop him. I was trying, once I realized that he was out for blood and he was coming, I tried to warn y'all. It didn't work for Saint. Saint's like, whatever, don't try it. Why the hell we couldn't get in touch with you until the next morning, though, if you had nothing to do with it? If you had nothing to do with this, Rob, why we couldn't get in touch with you? I'm just saying. So they have their little back and forth, and then it's like Saint has said something about you almost killed Toy. If Toy would have came up them stairs first, and she would have died, and then Rock had a change in demeanor. It's like, that bitch, y'all still putting her up on a pedestal like she's something. She ain't no better than none of us. And it was like, yeah, I'm going to have to kill you for that shit. So what happens? He's like, okay, no, she's not any different than each one of us. He clicked his gun to points it at Rock. Okay, so this might be a little stronger than I thought. I might not be going nowhere. Okay, he points his gun at Rock and shoots him right between the eye. I'm telling you, this has nothing to do with business. I know he's masking it as business, but he is out for blood because Toy almost died. And that's, in his mind, whether he says it or not, Toy is his woman now. I'm just saying. He's acting like you almost killed his wife. You understand what I'm saying? He's out for blood. So, they kill Rock. Then they go and they go into Omar's, and they killed him too. Then they proceeded to go to meet up with Reggie, one of Rock's top guys in the business, to talk to them. So basically, they told him, look, homeboy ain't even available. He's not going to be running it no more. permanently. Omar outed it permanently. You can either do business with us and carry on, or nah. Okay? And, but Reggie's like, I'm not understanding. He kept saying, like, he's not available. Ever. And I guess, again, that darkness in Saint's eyes, he understood without Saint telling him, I killed his ass. Okay? He's gone. You can either do business with us and continue making money like you've been making money in the last couple of months, right? Reporting to Saint and Toy, or we can make arrangements like we made for your boy Rock and Omar. How do you want to do it? Or no, actually the option was either rock with us or don't rock with us and have to find your own supplier and try to compete with us. You can't. You've been making money, and you will report directly to me and Toy if you want to continue making this money. Reggie was resistant to doing this. Because he was a Rock's top boy or top guy in the business, in the drug business, he probably it has something to do with being loyal. But at the same time, how is he going to maintain his lifestyle if he's doing it by himself? He wasn't the slide. He didn't have the connection to Pablo. Clear. So he could, because that's the fact, he could have just went to Pablo. You know what I'm saying? But man, when you're winning, you're going to be with the winning team or try to make it on your own. And I don't think that Reggie was ready for that. So we end with that deal on the table, and but Saint looking at Reggie like, I don't know about you. So they made an agreement. Reggie agreed, and the other guys agreed that they was meeting, and Blanca said, "Okay, deal. Let's go. He said, let's go. Let's go, Saint. Let's go. You ready to go? Fine. Let's go." He's like, "Yeah," but he just stood and he looked at Reggie like, "I'm looking at you." He didn't do this, but it was like, because what he didn't, what Saint did not like is that Reggie mentions like, "Look, I know what happened, and I understood it, but really, y'all just gonna come in and take over the business? You're gonna just take over business? You kind of you don't understand the retaliation on this one." And what I think Reggie doesn't understand, which he's not privy to know, is that Saint is in love with Toy. And it had nothing to do with the business. Because if Saint was in his right mind and just strictly business, he would have understood that attack. And they weren't coming for Toy, Mac. Was it coming for Toy, Zeus, Saint? Nobody. They was coming for Mac. And Mac deserved to get shot and killed for what he did. You understood it. If he was thinking in his right mind, he would have understood it. But the reason why I say had nothing to do with business was because he was looking at him like, how dare you take this motherfucking side who almost killed my girl? Because that's what he's saying, that without saying it. Because I promise you, it had nothing to do with the business portion. It was the fact that they almost killed Toy. Now we kind of understand. Now, one of the things that Bianca had mentioned, because she did have a conversation with Saint while they were driving from Alabama, and she mentioned, like, this isn't Carrie. This is not a Carrie situation. So I wonder, Carrie is his ex. Carrie is the ex that was pregnant and had to, and miscarried, or she had a stillbirth. And I wonder whatever happened to Carrie, because this is not the first time Blanca mentions her concern with Saint and Toy and it being a Carrie situation. So I wonder if Carrie got kidnapped before, and that is the reason why she miscarried her baby. You know what I'm saying? Or someone hit a house that him and Carrie was in. Because he snapped, like, he knew what he was doing was going to get you to the hospital. Like, we ain't not going to wait. I'm not going to have no, take me home. Nah, nigga, we going straight to the hospital. And we having you looked at immediately. So there's something that snapped in Saint, and I think it has something, a PTSD, something that had to do with his ex Carrie. And I mentioned that in my notes for chapter 4, where I say, Blanca knows that Saint changed as well. She believes what happened with Toy is similar to what happened to Carrie. I wonder if Carrie got kidnapped and beaten or something, you know, and that's why she miscarried or lost the baby. Reggie is one of Rock's top men. He questioned the business takeover, and Saint don't like him. He don't like him because Reggie was thinking about business, and he was thinking about what happened. You know, he's not clouded with being in love with somebody. You know, he's thinking from the business prowess. And if you really, honestly, trust me, all the way he killed Rock and he killed Saint and the way he made sure that guy was dead before he opened up, you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh no. This is not, it was like, you got to die. So, and of course I mentioned that Rock and Omar was definitely killed. And what I question is, because I don't recall Saint being on the phone with Scar so that he can approve of shooting and killing Rock. Blanca, when she's like, he dead, I killed him. He's like, well, is this, does Scar know? He said, yes, I was on the phone with him. I don't think Scar approved of Rock's death. I feel like he would have told Blanca. Blanca is his bottom bitch. Saint is just a lieutenant. I think he killed him of his own will. He wanted to kill him because he felt like he was a part of almost hurting his boo. That's it. So that's the end. That's where we ended off, with them heading back to Atlanta to continue on with business with Rock's crew, taking over his business. Boom, boom. There it is. So come back here tomorrow at 8 o'clock for me to review 5 and 6. We're going to find out, am I right? Are we going to find out about Carrie? What happened to her that made Saint flip once he, you know, almost lost Toy in his mind? What happened? What happened? Will Tyson get out next chapter, in these next 2 chapters? What happens when Tyson comes home? Because Tyson also called. He now knows that Toy was involved in that shooting. Because first he was mad and he thought she was trying to keep him from his daughters, but now he knew that she was possibly involved. Is he going to get out? Is he expecting Toy to be at the court hearings? You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen? That's going to be an awkward situation when Tyson comes home and he finally can talk to Toy and explain what went down. Ooh. Anyway, we'll find out. All right, y'all. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you, T Boogie. Hey, how you doing on IG? Hey, Gabby. Thank you. Thank you, everybody on Bigo Live. Hillary Chronic. I can't see this far. But thank you, everybody, for the red hearts and the green hearts and the blue diamonds and everything on Bigo Live. You all have a good one. Now I'm about to go to Publix and see if I can get me some a slice of red velvet cake. Because that shit that I got from the DeKalb Farmers Market was nasty. Okay? Anyway, I'm still celebrating my 50th birthday. My birthday was on the 5th. If you want to show some love to me, the description, in the descriptions below, there will be Cash App. I'll also have in the descriptions below, on IG and YouTube, how you can order the books, get in contact with Michelle Elaine, the author, and have her connect, how you can connect with her on IG and Facebook and whatever social medias that she has. That will be included in the descriptions. Get the book, www.michelleelainebooks.com. You can get the books directly from her website. You can also get this on Amazon. Caught Up Loving a Trill One 2. If you haven't gotten the, don't get 2 before getting 1. Get 1. Read it. 16 chapters, quick read. Then get it and catch up with me. I'll be doing reviews tomorrow, 5 and 6. And that's all I got for you. Whatever, get the merch. I have the drinkware. I have this I'm Worth It shirt. Whatever. Or just like my video. How you doing? Tell a kid, tell a friend. All right. That'll be it. Now, remember, love yourself. Love your neighbor. And stay authentic. Y'all have a good evening. Bye.